episode 3 of silly prayers I made that God actually answered. So for years, I just continued crying and crying and crying and crying until this one day I was done with secondary school. I was done with secondary school and I went out, I think to the market or something, and I met someone and the person said something very like I had never heard those insulting words before. He said those words and there were a lot of people there, so they were laughing. I was so embarrassed. I went home. I entered my room. I cried. Thankfully, there was no one home that day. It was just me alone. So I cried. I cried and cried and cried. So after crying for a while, I went to the guest room because the house had a guest room. So I went to the guest room. It had this long mirror. I used to spend a lot of time praying in that room. So on this day as well, I went to that room to pray. And I was about to ask God something. You're going to hear it soon. And it felt like I am giving up on God after praying to God for several years, and I have seen God answer my most silly prayers. It felt like I'm about to say now is about to tell God that I no longer trust in you. So it made me cry more. I cried so much. This has been years and years of crying. I have seen no change. I have to change my prayer points. So while standing in that mirror and crying for a while, I started telling God, God, you have decided not to make me tall, so make me love myself. Make me so confident in my body, in my skin, in my height, such that no matter what anybody says, it will not bother me. And that was what I kept saying in that mirror, and I was crying because it was a sign to me that I was giving up on God. I was giving up my trust in God. So that was a heartbreaking time for me. I cried. I cried so bad. Anyways, after that day, I would say it's been 4 or 5 years now, and I no longer feel like, oh my God, I'm so short. Everybody's better than me. No, 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 no. Also, I think moving to Canada also helps that get better because here in Canada, nobody's really saying, oh, dwarf, shorty Morocco, a Coke bottle. Nobody's really saying that to you. So that makes it better. But still, I think that prayer also helped God. Like it allowed God to change my perspective about myself, and I accepted me the way I am. I'm still 4'11, nothing has changed, but my approach, my prayer point changed, and I have never prayed ever since that prayer. I have not prayed about my height again. That is how well that prayer worked, I guess. So that is the last one that I can think of. If something else comes up that I remember, I'll make another episode. Thanks for sticking around.